Yeah.
It says waiting.
Yep.
Mine says that we're live.
Brandon showed me his. It doesn't show that we're live.
Uh-oh.
Nope.
Uh-oh. That is a
What
nice
do I
camera,
do?
though.
What do
Your
I
picture
do?
is super clear. I don't know.
Does anybody tell me what I do? It says you are live. View on YouTube. And it says we're waiting. This is not any good.
Oh, hold on. You got something going on.
Wait.
Now it's commercial.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see if we go. Can you guys see us now? I think I'm not sure what the delay was, but okay.
It's up.
It said we were live and we weren't live, so I think we are live now finally. So hello.
Hello.
All this cold. Look at it. Crazy. I'm sorry, all you guys. I hope all of you have power. I know that was one of the big things with Kayla, the homeschooling picker. She was worried about losing power. So I hope you all have power. Tommy, that happens. That happens on this show. Dolphins go rampant. So thank you guys for watching wherever you are watching from. If you are rewatching, thank you for hanging out with us. I am going to click and let my guests introduce themselves. We'll do Steve first, then Michael. Julian beside me is my co-host. He is here every week, but we'll let him do it too. So here is Steve.
What's going on, guys? I'm Steve, Pick and Roll, YouTube, Instagram. I've been selling for about 9-10 years almost, and 2 years on Poshmark. And I'm just doing my thing, making videos and trying to make some money on eBay. And that's a wrap. Next. Want to keep me talking? I'm only on. Did I lose everybody?
I'm still here.
Yeah, I can see you.
I can't make you small, though.
I think we lost Kat.
Uh-oh.
All right, this has turned into the Steve Show. What's going on, everyone?
You got it.
I'm the only one. I hijacked the show. There we go.
There you go.
I wasn't there, so I got kicked out. So I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
Steve doesn't know what's going on, and he just has to keep talking and run the show by himself. And now my tripod is going wonky. It's just one of those days today. Ah, almost fell. Oh my gosh, it is falling over on me. Okay, Michael, you go while I try and fix my tripod.
Right. Hi, I'm Michael, known as Nakoma Finds. I've been selling part-time on eBay for the last 2 years, and back in September, I've moved to being a full-time reseller. I've been playing with reselling on eBay since the late 90s, about 1997, just here and there. Didn't take it really seriously. It was just a hobby, and then about 2 years ago, really made a commitment to it, and here I am today.
And you do have a channel, right?
I do have a channel. NakomaFinds.live takes you directly to it.
Awesome. Julian, go.
Hello, my name is Julian, also as the Bearded Thrift Machine, and I've been doing this full-time for about 1.5 years now. And I also have a channel called the Bearded Thrift Machine, and I'm also on Instagram, and I do videos like what solds and whatnot. So go check it out. If you like the content, always remember to subscribe, and thank our guests for being here. And Kat.
Yeah, definitely. You get to hang out. My video is always blurry because my internet is horrible. So unfortunately, I could probably have like a really good camera and I bet I would still be blurry is what is crappy. But Brad found some new thing with unlimited high speed that is supposedly a little bit faster. So we might try that and see if it works. Hello, Karen. Thank you guys for coming. Miss Heidi. Heidi, I see both. Look, they're really close together. Heidi and Harry are our guests for next week. So those are with us. Yeah. We were talking about sales. Steve said his were right on. Mine are slow today, but this week overall has been pretty decent. Michael, I don't think you were there. How are yours doing this week?
It was pretty slow during the week. We had a few sales over the weekend as normal. But yeah, it's been a little bit slow.
Julian, you're right on point, I think, right?
Yep. I've been 250 to 400, and then I've been doing some local sales, which has been pretty helpful.
I haven't. Do you guys do Facebook Marketplace like local?
No.
I've
I've
started.
done a few local once in a while, but not too often.
I've thought about like looking at some of the auctions now that I have. Well, I apparently took up all the room in the shed, but hopefully I'll have a little more space. Like I've thought about like bigger stuff from the auctions that goes cheap a lot of time to try and flip it. Red Dirt, it does not matter what modem you have when you have no internet. And there is no wired internet option at all available where I live. It's not me being cheap. There just is none. We're in the middle of the country and it's not worth the companies to run the wire. Because there's like me, and then there's like 100-acre timber farm, and then there might be one other person, and it's just not feasible. Brad showed me an ad. Somebody took out like a $10,000 ad or something in a newspaper to the CEO of AT&T about them not having internet, and somehow they magically got internet where they were at. And I'm like, yeah, we have 10 grand to run a random ad in a newspaper. Yes, dial-up probably would be a like step up, because at least it would be some kind of wiring, I guess. Look, Tommy's on a roll tonight. I am getting at least some Rob. They're like having at me for the internet tonight. Hey, Steve-O. I don't think I've seen Steve-O in here in a while. No, Harry, we don't need a theme park here. I'm good. I'll figure it out. I have thought, and I might try it maybe one night, going to like McDonald's or something. Like if I bring my laptop, I wonder if their Wi-Fi would be faster than my hotspot.
Maybe. I don't know.
Richard, hold on. Here, we'll answer this and then we'll answer Richard's question. I know I am doing shipping from Facebook Marketplace. Are you guys doing Facebook Marketplace shipping?
I haven't started, no.
Not me. Never did.
Yeah. Don't do Facebook.
Anything I've done on Facebook, a few local.
I'm the only one, and I didn't ship it out today because we had a bunch of shipping issues. But I had a $175 sale on Facebook Marketplace. I was surprised it sold there. It's a 1980s Don Shula autographed Miami Dolphins pennant, and it's framed. So it's not going to be fun to ship. But
what's up, Joey?
is Joey Bada Bing here? I need to keep my comments. There he is. Hey, Joey. Richard, the shed is coming okay. I don't know if you guys watched me on Instagram. I bought 6 pallets, and my friend Pepper was supposed to take the 7th pallet for picking them up for me because I bought more than my truck could tow. And then Pepper decided she probably could not sell the 7th pallet, so I ended up with all 7 pallets.
Really?
Yeah. It's a white hotel. It's actually like bed covers, like quilted, mattress covers that go under your bottom sheet. And she said that solid white stuff doesn't sell good in person. So she kept the pillows, but I got over half of it. So I got DMAR. Joey has been on the show. It's been a while. It has been a little while since Joey has been on, but Joey has been on.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get Joey on, and I need to convince Joey to bring his dad. Joe Barcia needs to come on with us. He's like the original reseller. So I moved in 7 pallets really fast, most of them through the window because it was thundering and lightning. So I moved over 100 cases through the window, and then I couldn't stand that there was no space because you could not walk through the shed at all. And so I went out there until midnight last night putting stuff up in the loft. So now I have a floor again. Everything's in the loft, and I have a little bit more room.
Did you fill all the lofts? Don't you have 3, or did you just do 1?
1 loft, because the middle loft is going to be for shipping supplies. And then the other loft is the one I want to make Dalton's play space. But I still have not moved any stuff out of the house, which was the purpose of the shed. Not done that yet. Let me see. Hold on. Richard had a question about sourcing. I'm trying to find it. There are quite a few questions, and I see them, guys. I will try and catch them. Richard wants to know how is sourcing. I think I just answered that for me.
So you're doing good.
Well, but it was 5 items. It was 5 things. Like all of that stuff is only 5 things. So
that's true.
It's a ton of multi-quantity.
I'm doing pretty good. I thrift a lot, but there's not. It seems real slow in the thrift store. So Facebook Marketplace has been my go-to with a couple auctions, but I'm done everything. Tomorrow I need to go hunt some stuff down. So we'll see. It's always a struggle.
Okay, man. Okay, Michael.
Oh, well, for me, it's been going pretty good. We have a Goodwill literally a block away from the warehouse. So I hit that pretty much daily if I can. And thanks to some other YouTubers, I have started doing plushies, which I never thought about listing plushies. And they're doing pretty well. They're actually selling. So, yeah, some good sourcing opportunities lately.
Do you comp all your plushes out that you buy before you buy them?
Yes, absolutely.
I would come home with a whole bunch of stuff I would just sit there and stare
well, at. I'm keeping stuff for myself too. I've got, I don't know if you can see him on the shelf, but I got a brand new Teddy Ruxpin up there, and I've got the Cocoa Puffs guy back over here.
Nice.
I remember that guy.
So yeah, that's one of the downfalls, of course. And sometimes you find stuff you want to keep.
It's true.
Yep. So I've been sourcing. I go to the bins mostly. I probably hit within like 5 miles of my house. I probably have like 7 thrift stores, like 2-3 Goodwills, a couple Salvation Armies, and like a handful of local thrifts. And I go to the bins and like 1 or 2 locals, and that's it. Because just from those, and those feed me enough that I don't even have to go anywhere else. And my bins, I've been finding such good stuff there. It's crazy. Because everybody thinks the bins, like I've got a lot of comments that people think the bins is like the leftovers and rejects that didn't sell from the stores. And it's so not the case, It's direct deposits to the store and from like all the trailers and boxes that are parked around town. So it gets, the stuff at the bins is better than at the Google store in my area.
Some of the stuff I found at the bins has been the highest profit margins of any item that I found. So,
yeah, and I think too. Huh? Oh, go ahead.
I went to the bins one time in North Carolina because I have none around me, and like knocked it dead. And I was like, dude, if I lived down the street from this would be amazing.
Right.
But
ours never reopened.
Oh.
In North Florida, it never reopened.
That's crazy.
And I think too, I've seen some of the people that go to the bins like higher price, like they had stuff overpriced, so it didn't sell, and it ends up at the bin. So they're finding like higher priced items because nobody, like, still with the price tag on, like $20 for a purse or something that ends up in the bin.
Right.
I cannot decipher this. Can any of you?
Nope.
no idea.
Teresa, reword that, or maybe I don't know if there's a typo there somewhere. I don't know what you mean.
Do you mostly store posts?
So on Facebook Marketplace with shipping, since I guess I'm the only one doing it right now, you ship the item and you get paid, I want to say 5 days after the item is delivered. So Mercari is 3 days. Facebook is 5, but I have not had any issues with Facebook paying me ever. And I have never, let me knock on my desk, I've never had a return off of Facebook Marketplace. And I looked today and I've shipped, and I've been doing it like 3 months now. I've shipped 125 items is how many I've sold in a few months. So not horrible. I buy the shipping label from Facebook Marketplace just like I do from Mercari and Poshmark. I don't think you have the option. I like the ease of the shipping label coming to my email and me not having to do any extra stuff.
I love that with Poshmark.
Yeah. Hello, Kayla. Congrats on 7K, my friend. I'm very happy for you. She's
Awesome.
gonna pass me. I just don't. I just don't know when. She's gonna, and I've known it, but it's okay. Let's see. Joey. You need to message me. I'm booked up till May right now. Believe it or not.
Please.
We are completely booked until May. But Joey messaged me, and if you and Drew, maybe Joey and Drew can come on. Hey, buddy,
There you
buddy.
go.
You are very welcome. I am glad I answered these. So listen, this is funny, and it'll be on my video tomorrow. Those vent covers, if you guys didn't see them, I think I got about 150 or 200 vent covers on a pallet. I paid $10 for that pallet. And I sold 2 vents today on vent covers on Facebook Marketplace for $15. So guess what?
Paid
The
for
other 150 are all profit. So I'm good with selling my vent covers all day long. Like if I can get multi-quantity stuff like that to kind of bulk up my store and add more regular sales and then source, individual items, I am good with that. Where did it go? It's skipping. Hold on, guys. The questions are like flying.
I found a whole box of baby changing mats at the Goodwill bins and bought out the whole box that they had for $0.25 a piece. And those things sell $6 a piece daily. They just yeah.
But it adds up.
It is paid for itself over and over and over again.
Partial refunds are pretty easy, actually. You click on the order details and there's a refund button and you can put how much, and it has options for like shipping discount or whatever you want. You just have to click the order details button. Do you guys have any easier way of doing that?
No, just a drop down. It's right there.
Miriam, yes. Dalton does not go to bed until I go to bed. So if I go to bed at 1 a.m., Dalton goes to bed at 1 a.m. He doesn't go to daycare. He doesn't go to school. So he is not on a schedule yet. Once he starts school, obviously, that is going to have to change. There is another one for you guys.
What's up, Joe?
I haven't yet, but that's a good way. I mean, you can, but I haven't.
Yeah,
I have. So I've bought several items from other eBayers and flipped it for profit. Most of it I've bought from people who are selling from China, and it's a really low price, but it takes 30 days for the person here in the States to get the item because of the shipping. So I'll buy it, I'll do a markup on it and resell it. And since I'm a US seller, they get it in 2 to 3 days, except for this whole delay we're having with the United States Postal Service, typically 2 to 3 days. And so I do get the markup on it, even though their prices are cheaper. It's just a convenience for the time. So all the time, buying products and then flipping it.
Never did. To me, that seems a little, I don't know, maybe just because I never did it, but I would think it's time consuming to really search out something like that online on eBay to buy a flip. I could, 2 miles down the road to the bins and be home in an hour. To me, I don't know.
We don't all have 6.
I know. Hey.
So the only times I've done it is when I'm researching something else. So like if I find something and I research it and say all of them are listed at $100, but there's one listed for 20, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy it. Because when I list mine that I just found, I want it to be 100. And so it's kind of dual purpose. I'm getting $20 one off the market, and I have flipped them. Like soon as I get them, they're still packed, and I just put them back up for more money. So I haven't sought out items on eBay for inventory, but if I happen to come across them when I'm researching something that I have and there's one significantly underpriced, I'll buy it to get it off the market.
I know, Fred, there's a website. It's called Fat Fingers or something like that. I saw it once where it gives you a list of the most commonly misspelled brands.
Oh yeah.
So you could go on eBay and you search by the misspelled brand name, and then you could go to auctions and no one's finding them because they're misspelled. And you can like find some really cheap ones that way. Find auctions that are about to end that got no bidding or any action because it's misspelled.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to
There.
source. Like even stuff that's a great idea, but even some that are spelled right, but people put them ending at 4 a.m. or you know some random ridiculous time. D, I don't know what you mean by wire the shed. It does have electricity in it. If you mean for broadcasting, I am, but my budget is out for the shed right now. I have no money, so that means no shipping station, no desk, no furniture, until I get some more eBay sales and some more capital. I don't want to go into debt doing this. And I spent $5,000 in January on the shed. So
That's pretty big.
yeah, it adds up. It adds up. I'm trying to make sure if you guys see questions, just tell me because there were a lot. Oh, Miss Jean, a plushie is a stuffed animal, and they sell very, very well. Some for very, very good money. I am trying to see.
The highest sell I've had on a plushie so far is $80.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that I picked up for $1.99. So you can make some good profit of it.
I sold a giant Kermit. If you guys have been watching me for a while, I sold a giant Kermit, a giant Fozzie, and a giant Miss Piggy, all for $175 each, plus shipping.
Yeah.
And I got them off of Shop Goodwill online for $40 shipped. So I had about $13 or $14 in each of them. So it was over $150 profit.
It's not too bad.
I did not do any permitting on my shed because my understanding in Florida is if it is built off site, you do not have to have a permit to put it on your property. And I'm in the middle of nowhere. I did pull a permit. The electrician was certified that ran the electricity from the breaker to the shed, but I did not permit my shed.
You can do the whole like add a breaker and see if it works type of deal. No.
So we had the other. No, Brad added the first shed. And then if we ran the washer and the AC in the shed at the same time, it would pop. So I wouldn't know. If I didn't wash my laundry, it would like just stop. I'd be like, why didn't my laundry finish? Because we were running.
If it don't start on fire, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now the two sheds have their own breaker. So this summer I can run the washer and the AC at the same time.
It's not too bad.
We're moving up. Mine is Ocala, which is still an hour away from me. There are no bins like in my town, but I'm an hour away from Ocala and they never opened up again. Which is probably good for me. As you guys see, I do not have trouble sourcing at all. Joe, you are correct. I do not think Kermit ever showed up, so I got a $175 payout from USPS because they lost Kermit. Somebody stole Kermit in transit.
That's a big Kermit to lose.
Was a very big Kermit, a 4-foot Kermit. Like so crazy.
Riding shotgun with the USPS guy right now.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, they're like, somebody will pay her for it. It's okay. Blue Dino Finds has a question, guys.
I've been doing. I do a lot of buy it now. I would say like 80% of my stuff is buy it now, or it used to be 100%, but I moved to some things on auctions. The thing about auctions is you can't cross post because if you get a bid, they charge you like if you sell it on Macari, but you have a bid on eBay and you end it, I think you get charged that actual money. And so you got to watch that. But other than that, I've been putting some things on auction if I think it's going to. Some things I just choose to put on auction. A lot of things I don't know exactly how much they're going to go for. So, or if I want to get rid of it very fast, I'll start it low if I have zero into it, and then I'll start it super low, and then whatever it sells for is go with me. Just make sure you charge shipping, because if not, that will get you.
Yeah, I do all buy it now. I don't know when the last time I even done an auction. Years. I'm probably like, God, I would say like 80% clothing. So
yeah.
people who do auctions in clothing, it just doesn't make sense.
Right.
Yeah.
I've got like 225 listings going right now. I have one item in auction, just one.
So I started copying Julian, and I have 13 auctions going right now. And I used to do this, and I haven't been, but I feel like if you have a couple of auctions up, it like the views to the auctions kind of drives up the views to your other stuff. Again, we were talking about this beforehand. Nobody knows what really is making the eBay algorithm happy, but mine, I always start at the lowest I'm willing to take. I do not do like a 99-cent auction. So I have a couple of vases up right now that I started at $50, but I saw some sell for $150, but they are popular, like they're Murano glass. So I would never put something that wasn't popular up, or as Julian said, if I don't know the value of it and I have nothing into it, I'm okay. Like if I start at 10 or 20 bucks and it sells in a week, then I sold it fast and it might. But sometimes I know Julian's had a few that surprised him. Like, haven't you, that higher than you thought?
What was that Coleman lantern? That thing, when I comped it, and I did pretty good comp and stuff, that should have only comped out at like 30 bucks. And I put it on auction for 20 because I was like, I don't have any, and that thing shot up well in the 60s.
Wow. It brings out like the competitive juices in people, and they don't know
As
when
long
to
as they
stop.
pay, that's pretty good, yeah.
Like, oh, I gotta win this now.
Yeah.
On the flip side, there are people who do all auctions.
Yeah. And I mean, some people run successful businesses doing it. I really think you have to have popular items. That's a big thing, because if it's something that people aren't searching for, like I had, what just sold for 150 bucks? I can't even remember what I just sell. Something I put up on auction for $99, got no bids. I relisted it. What was it? Julian, do you remember? I put it up on auction, no bids, at $99, and it sold 3 days later for 140. So sometimes it just doesn't work. Dan, I am using all Facebook posted. I am lazy when it comes to the other platforms, and if I can click create label and it comes out and I don't have to type an address or copy and paste, I'm good. So I probably could save more using pirate ship, but I do not. I do everything by that platform. So Poshmark, Mercari, and Facebook, I all use their labels, so I don't have to worry about it.
Facebook postage.
Listen, Tommy, don't tell Kayla I'm talking about her. So Greg is saying with Facebook, what do I see? I see a super chat.
Yes, you do. Dolphin time.
Dolphin time. Can I do a dolphin? Let's see.
Super chat.
Thank you, Dan. It's okay. That's something I think a lot of people ask all the time, just because Facebook isn't that much used now. And it's so weird. Those vent covers that sold today sold within like 2 minutes of my mom cross-posting them. Vent covers, of all things. Like, and I'm like, who is shopping for vent covers on Facebook? But I don't care. I'm happy whoever they are, they're shopping.
Man, locally, because I have so much construction in this area, sometimes the general contractors, they probably don't buy the right amount. I've been in that, whatever the business, and you're looking for like, maybe you need like 4 vent covers to get the inspection. You would literally buy them anywhere. You say they're backlogged someplace else. All construction stuff's like through the roof right now, especially lumber. If you want to buy a bunch of lumber right now, it's like double the amount.
That's why I'm trying to find something that's already made for the shed, because lumber is through the roof. If we're going to build something, the cost of lumber right now is expensive.
If you can find it.
Yeah, if you can find it, you're right.
Yeah. With my plush, I don't like, if they're not fragile, I just throw them in the washing machine and dryer.
Dalton.
Michael, what are you doing with yours?
So there's the dry L sheets that you can use just to tumble them, so you don't have to actually get them wet. Just to get the smell out, you can Febreze them. So just depends on what you have, how delicate it is, how rare it is. A lot of the stuff that I get from the Goodwill here, they pre-wash everything, so the plushies don't have a smell to them. So I just send them as they are.
Teresa, and I'll let the guys answer too because I'm kind of interested, but I will tell you, I do not have a business license and you do not have to. I just claim my income. I do have an LLC that I do business as, but I do not have an actual business license. And I count my income and my profits on my personal taxes. Do any of you guys have business licenses?
Yeah, in Horry County, you have to. And if I was in a city, in that city, you would have to.
So for me, I just have a DBA. That's all you really need. So if you're doing an eBay business, you can just do it on your social. It's considered a small home-based business. You don't need any special licenses. Any kind of tax revenue, depending on your state that you're in, eBay collects that tax. Not all states. There's a few states that you have to collect the tax.
Florida's one of those.
Yeah, then you have to get the tax ID for that. But if you're one of the lucky ones that are in a state that eBay collects a tax on it, there's nothing extra you have to get. You just run it off your social.
I don't run reserves on my auctions. They're so low anyway. Like I put it exactly what I want. So if I want $5 out of the item, I put $5 to start it. So I've never really done a big auction like for a lot of money. Like I have a Snap-on jacket on auction right now, and I put that on there because it is like valuable. So I put it just like low at $10 because that's what I had like $4 in it, but I knew that was going to go higher. So
Steve, do you have a business license?
No.
Okay,
No.
that's what I think the general consensus. I know I've heard Matt, part-time pickers, say he doesn't have one either.
No, I mean sales tax. It's not. I don't make that huge purchases where it's really gonna.
Yeah. And Renee, to answer you, I don't put reserves on auctions. I hate bidding on auctions with reserves, so I'm not going to list one with the reserve because it ticks me off. Hey, Anthony, I am happy to see you in here, my friend.
What's up, Anthony?
I have heard of that happening, and I don't think there's a good fight for that. I don't know. I don't think Tim comes in here, but one of my friends was selling a ton of targets, like shooting targets, same weight, same dimensions, and they hit him because I guess the tubes got stuck in their little roller system, and they were charging him like more than the targets cost, and he tried to fight it and nothing happened. So I hate to say, I don't know that there's anything that you can do. Here's a question for Steve.
Do you wash clothes or assume that people are washing them when donated? I only wash stuff. Yeah, I probably out of the clothes. I probably wash less than 50% of what I get. I mean, obviously if there's a stain, I hit it with some OxyClean, soak it, and wash it. Or if it smells or whatever. But most of the things I find, even at the bins, they're not dirty at all. There's this saying, people donate from their closet, not from their hamper.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna, people. I don't even at the bins, like it's not dirty there at all, and if it needs it, I wash it. Otherwise, once in a while my wife gets annoyed. I'm like, "Hey, wash this file."
Yeah, I don't do that either. I don't unless it's like I visibly smell something on it, like if it came from like the smoker's house or there's a stain I'm trying to get out. But I don't either. There is a comment for you, Steve.
Yeah, I just replied to them. Thank you very much, Natural Endeavors. Appreciate it.
I don't know if anyone else can answer this. In my experience, there's been nothing that I can do. I just notate it, especially if they're vintage and people want them. Most times they'll sell anyways. Do you guys have any tips for that?
Nope.
No.
So Mr. Clean Green with the magic eraser, if it's the plastic appliances. So
He'll be back.
we'll be back.
Oh, that was quick.
Look, that was
This
fast.
stuff here, yeah, Mr. Clean Green, with the magic eraser, and it won't take all the yellowing away, but it gets most of it out. I had a vintage air purifier from the 70s that was really yellow. I hit it with that, the magic eraser, and it came out almost white.
Interesting.
Really?
That's good to know.
That. Yeah.
Dee wants to know the best-selling plush for each of us.
So mine was a Raggedy Ann doll from the 70s that was in perfect condition. I found at the bins. It was $2. It's the large one, like the Annabelle version of the actual Raggedy Ann, and that's the one that sold for $80.
I've picked up 10 in my life. 2 sold. One was a Kermit and one was a Pokemon Pikachu. I still have the other 8.
And I always I comp them or I buy them in lots. Dalton took it. The squishmallows, the really soft pillow things that are actually from Walmart, and they only make them for limited time. Those sell really fast for me every time. One even sold for over $100. There's a solid black cat one that's worth over $200, and we're talking a 12-inch plush. Right. So if you only picked up one, I would almost say that the squishmallows would be a great one. Thrifty pickers, thank you. I appreciate that, sir. Mo is in the house. Good to see you.
Those squishmallows can be found at Five Below also.
Oh, so that might be something retail arbitrage if you want to grab it, hold on to it, and then
flip it when it's retired out.
Yeah, yeah. Here's a question. Greg, I see your super chat and I will get you your dolphin, I promise.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I opened up a business account. I have the card that goes with it.
Mm-hmm.
I use that card for everything I buy. You know, when I go sourcing, I use that card. When I go on Amazon to make, you know, if I have to buy some vinyl bags or some boxes or whatever, everything goes on that card. And all my funds from eBay get transferred to that same account. And then I got that all linked to GoDaddy, and that does all the work for me. So there's no confusion. It's all one account.
I basically do the same thing. I just use a different business thing. I use QuickBooks. Everything's linked to QuickBooks.
Yeah, I have a separate Capital One business account that does the same thing, but I have the checking and the savings so that my taxes go into the savings account.
And I do the same thing. Anybody who is reselling in any capacity, I would recommend you do it because you can keep track of your purchases, your expenses. I will say though, if you're filing and writing off, you can only do gas or mileage, and typically your mileage is going to be a better write-off. So you should not buy your gas with your business account because you're writing off your miles.
That's like 56 cents.
Yeah, it's a lot more to write off the mileage, but I do the same thing as Michael, and I put a certain percent, like when I pay myself, I put a percent into savings for tax purposes. Tommy is on fire tonight, Lisa and Rob. I will agree with that. I have been seeing him. He thinks I'm not seeing him. We already got that one, right? I'm scrolling.
Yes.
It's going fast, guys. We have 179 people in the chat. Thank you all for hanging out with us. I'm trying to keep up, guys. I am trying my best. Elizabeth, I use Mile IQ. I don't know if these guys are using anything different, but a Mile IQ is my go-to app for that, and it's free.
My QuickBook does it. So I have an app that's in QuickBooks, and all that stuff is just all taken care of. And then it's pretty good. You can put in certain addresses and stuff like that. That's always business, like post offices and stuff. And it's all kind of like automated after you set it up. It's pretty good.
Chad, I did not know about Lady Gaga Oreos, so I've not bought nor hold or sold them.
No.
Anybody else? I know somebody was talking about selling the like melon Mountain Dew or something when it first came out. I tried that. It's really good Mountain Dew.
Extreme melon. Yeah.
Well, those Lady Gaga Oreos are vanilla, so there's nothing special about them other than it says Lady Gaga on the package.
Yeah, I did that when Oreos, it had to be, God, like 6-7 years ago. I might have been when they first started coming out, like making a different blend. And it was like watermelon ones. And I bought them and I held them. They were expired like 6 months and everything. I waited till they disappeared. And then they sold for like $13-14 a pack.
That's crazy.
I can't say I do have 12 packs of Tab soda in my warehouse. So
thanks, Tim.
Tim, thank you for hanging out tonight.
Nice.
Football season is over, so Tim is back, guys. Tim has a great football channel if you guys don't know. All right, Greg. Ready, set. Hold on. I'm doing it from the phone.
Super chat.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. We did actually, and I don't know if any of you guys can answer this or not. On Instagram, I had a question. I think it was Candace that asked, wanting to know with books, if you sell books, would you recommend selling them on eBay or on Amazon?
The only books I've ever sold were those manuals for cars, and I sold those on eBay. But for other books, I have no idea.
I did books on Amazon. All of 2019, I did books besides eBay. And I sent them all to Amazon FBA. I mean, compared to a lot of booksellers was nothing, but I sent in about a little over 800 books. And I still, now a year and a half later, I stopped sending them in, and I still got like probably 40 left. Everything else sold off. So it's a lot of work doing books. If you're going to do them right, because you need to get like a Scout IQ or something that's going to do all, don't just scan it like you do any other items. You need to have a software that's going to give you, the rankings and how fast and the profit margins and all that stuff. And it does the work for you. And it's a lot of upfront work, but then it's nice to sit back and just watch all the sales. You don't have to do anything. But now I send them in. Now I go to book sections and I just browse, because I know from selling them for a year what kind of topics to look at and so forth and certain titles. And now I'll just grab some like that and just put them on eBay.
Yeah, and I did books in 2018 going into 2019 on Amazon. And I used Scout IQ, and I think Scoutify was the other one that I used. And but now I haven't been listing on Amazon because I was paying the $40 a month, and I didn't have enough in FBA because I was putting so much effort into eBay. So I downgraded my membership for Amazon just to buy the item. And I have been just listing, like Steve said, like I know which books will do well and what to look for. And also lotting them up. If you're doing books, I've been selling, like I sold some antique books a lot for like $60. So lotting them up helps. And you can't really, and you could make a listing, I guess, on Amazon, but it's not easy like just throwing one book on there. Natural Endeavors, thank you.
Yeah, Amazon is, if you're doing books, is very, because then you need to get a repricer software, and it's a lot. If you want to do books, you're better off just scan them. You can scan for eBay with the eBay app, just like you do anything else. You can scan the ISBN barcode, and it'll bring up a book on eBay, and you can just do it that way.
Chris, Thrift Shop Hustler, thank you for the super chat. Here you go.
Super chat.
It's not a robot, though. It's Emily Conway.
Yeah.
With some voice changer, but that is Emily Conway. If you guys don't know, in my super chat, she is who made my super chats for me. Hello, Key Lime Kisses. Here is a question. I didn't even mean to click on it. That was just pure luck. You're just starting. What do you recommend selling that has the best sell-through rate? I sell Wizard of Oz stuff starting out.
I mean,
that is, look, everybody's like, let me drink my water.
Yeah, see you.
Such an easy question and hard to answer.
It is
hard to answer.
Well,
it is very hard.
It's kind of an open question because you really want to sell what you know. So what your hobby is or what your interest is the kind of things that you want to sell. And you need to find what is trending within that genre or niche and go from there. So that's kind of a tough question.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that. I mean, I would start out with something you knew and then find out what sells. Like I knew tools, but I knew like certain tools sell better. And then I would just start out. That's where I started.
Right.
So I couldn't just start off. I know some glass has really good sell-through rate, but I can't start off with that because that would be virtually impossible. So something that you know, and then figure out what's selling in that category.
Yeah, there's so many categories, and within each category, there's good, bad, and the ugly. And it's, I see that question on Facebook all the time, and it's like, and there's no offense to whoever asked that, but it's like you feel like someone's looking for that fast lane. You know what I mean? And the best answer is just go to your thrift store, because who knows what your thrift store has compared to ours too.
Right.
Whatever you can find, if it looks interesting to you, just comp it. Just comp things. You got to comp. And when you start out, you got to spend an aisle, go in the aisle and you got to spend an hour in one aisle just comping things. And you're
Mhm.
going to
Yeah.
learn what's good and what's bad. And then you're
Look
going
it
to break down your thrift store where some sections you won't even have to go to because you know there's nothing good there. And this is the hot spot. It just takes time.
Right.
But
And
if you-
Right.
over time, as you're specializing in something, you get an eye for it, and then you don't even have to look it up anymore. And then once you get, well versed in that, then you explore something new, and then you just kind of build on your knowledge on each category.
But on a simple answer for that, look for anything replenishable, printer ink, stuff like that. That stuff's going to always sell quick.
Yeah. And like I know Steve does primarily clothes, but Steve has them there. His bins are amazing and his thrifts are amazing for him finding good stuff. I am in the middle of nowhere in the country where A, the brands are not here, and B, people wear it till it's worn out. So me finding good clothing locally where I'm at, it's just, and shoes as well. It's not an option. Sometimes when I go a little further into like more South Florida or Central Florida, I can find stuff. And I do occasionally find like vintage stuff, but there's no like one thing. And even if we told you one thing, that might not be applicable next week. So you like, Michael's saying like once you know it, you don't have to comp it. I know a lot and I still comp almost every item I pick up. Still, because like Julian was saying, especially with the glass, and I see Natural Endeavor saying I'm rocking with the breakables. I do so. I look up every single piece and I get messages all the time. Hey, should I pick this up? And all I'm doing is looking it up on eBay, seeing how many are listed, how many are sold. And a lot of times it's not good. And for breakables, it's the bigger pieces that are going to be harder to ship that are what's selling for good money. So I don't always check like plates and cups anymore, but if I see a teapot or a serving platter or a casserole dish, those are the ones that I know sell for $50 to $100, sometimes $200. So, and they're worth taking the time to pack them up and ship. But like Steve said, the big thing too, if it's not there, we could tell you something here in Florida where we're at, and it's not going to be wherever you're at. And I don't even know where you're at, but it's not, there's so much different stuff around the country that you got to find, like Calvin. And I don't know if he's in here. I still chat with Calvin regularly. Calvin is in the middle of Iowa and finds farm hats that are worth $100 to $200 that we're not finding in Florida. So you might have something like that that we couldn't know to tell you. Yeah.
True.
Yakov, I don't necessarily say stay away from non-name brand, because some stuff, if you know what it like looks like I'll pick up some mid-century modern stuff that's not named, but it looks really cool, and I know I can keyword and title it good that it'll sell. Oh yeah, Siggy makes a good point, and these are probably everywhere. Pots and pans are looked over a lot as well, and there's a lot of money in pots and pans.
The right ones.
Don't just pick me and my finger.
You can pick them all
Don't just pick up any pots and pans.
Yeah.
Oh yes, Yakov's saying as far as ink, you were right. I only pick up factory OEM ink.
Yes.
I wouldn't pick up like knockoff ink.
No.
The knockoff ink ain't worth anything.
Yeah, look at Kayla selling a fish jar. You gotta expand, and you gotta find what is there.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't think anybody deleted you, Anita. Maybe it just didn't put it in there. That is awesome that you got the 2 ships. I think you're talking about the Swarovski ships. You guys talk. I will be back.
I don't know what that is. How do you find out how I would comp out anything on there? What I always tell people is I comp out anything that's on the actual item, or use Google Lens to get the whatever it looks like, and then usually something will pop up where I can use a keyword to look at stuff on eBay.
What is Blakely? Is ceramics or something?
I'm thinking it's going to be something breakable. That sounds breakable.
Blakely. I'm gonna look it up. Now
Yeah,
you
I'm
made me
guessing
wonder.
it's going to be like a teapot, maybe serving ware.
Blakely. I'm getting patio. Oh no, yeah, here we go. Yeah, it's like mid-century modern, like glass and pitchers and like a patio pitcher, water pitcher with a
Yeah, use
glasses.
Google Lens. It's your definitely it's your friend.
Something like that too. Another look up on Etsy because
There you
Etsy
go.
has a lot of vintage stuff. So if you got something old like that you don't see on eBay, check Etsy.
Do you sell on Etsy?
No, I have an account there because when I worked at a mid-century modern store, and we used to sell on there. So I've sold on there, but personally, I haven't. Now, where did my check go?
Interesting.
Yeah, I only do eBay and Poshmark right now. I have an Amazon account too, but with some books still left. But
With
and I'm gonna
Poshmark,
open.
you share your closet like once a day?
Hell
No?
no.
I do.
Do you?
No.
Yeah.
I don't share at all.
Really?
Nothing. I list something. I list on eBay. I cross-list it over to Poshmark. I share it at that moment, and I don't share it again. And I've been doing it that way for a year. And to me, it's just a backup, and I still get like 2-3 sales. I'd say 2 or 3 sales a week on there.
Really, I was just gonna ask you what your sale rate. That's pretty good because I've been cross posting a ton over there. All of my clothing items that I did have,
Yeah.
I've had Macari does pretty well. It does well. Not so much for clothing, all my other stuff, but
Right.
Poshmark, I think I've had like 3 sales, all pretty good, mostly shoes.
Yeah.
But I don't share anything either.
I've been on Posh for a month, and I've had 14 sales so far off of it.
Really?
That's pretty decent. Yeah, that's pretty decent.
Someone
Toya
else.
Hybid is not an actual company. So Hybid is a site that hosts multiple auction companies. So there's no set time. Some of the auctions will start ending at noon. Some start at 10 a.m. Some start at 8 p.m. So it would depend on the specific auction and Hybid that you're looking at. But when you look, if there are none, I would recommend expanding your search. Like if you're looking at 50 miles, you might want to expand to 100 or even 200 miles. I searched 250 personally because I'm in the middle of nowhere. But if you're seeing nothing, then you probably need to expand your search and then pay attention. All of my pallets I just got, which I haven't made a video on it, but I probably will. That was a live webcast auction, which is a whole different beast on Hybid than just the regular online auction because you got to be sitting at the computer the whole time because the floor is going to bid you out. Like they'll start at your highest bid. They'll be like, okay, $60, and all they have to do is be like 65. And if you're not watching, then you're out. So if it's a webcast auction, plan on sitting there the whole auction or you're not going to get anything.
Yeah, I did one today. It started at 11 on Hybid and it ended like at 6 o'clock. But what I did when I went through the pre-bidding, I just wrote down which lot numbers I liked, and I was like at 220, 240, and then one like 400. So the first hour I kind of watched to see how many they did in 1 hour, and I timed it out. I knew that it was going to take like 2-3 more hours to get to where I wanted, and I ended up getting one lot. So.
Yeah, and I'll do that. I'll have my lot numbers written down and be like, okay, I have like an hour break if I want to go like eat or do whatever. But this one went through like 200 lots in like less than 2 hours. Some of them fly. Like you don't have. It was crazy. Yeah, and I don't do many webcasts because of that. I tend to do more of the like online auctions, so they have the soft close. So if somebody tries to outbid you at the last minute, you get that 2-minute extension, and that's like my typical. But with these pallets, they were webcast, and that's what I had to do. And we have 201 people in the chat. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you hanging out with us. I appreciate it. See, I want to know. So like Kayla was saying, Revereware is being oversaturated because a lot of people know about it. I will say I noticed that the all copper pots, there still aren't many, probably because there aren't many to be found that are being sold. But that's why I comp stuff constantly, because something that sells for a lot now might not next month because a ton of people find it. And a lot of that is because we're on YouTube telling you guys what we're selling and you're going out and finding it. So, you know, that's one of the benefits for me. Like, I change up how I source. I change up what like, you're never going to catch me because I'm doing something different the next minute, you know. I mean, but for me, I get bored easily, and that keeps reselling for me fun. I don't have stuff close, so, you know, I just do whatever. But that's a good question. I would like all of you guys to answer. Do you hoard or keep stuff until if you think the price is going to get higher, or do you just list everything when you get it?
I list everything when I get it. Everything.
So I list everything once I get it, except for those tab sodas. I'm holding on to those just because it's a discontinued item, and the market is saturated. But other than that, nah, I list it as soon as I get it.
Yeah, same. Even seasonal stuff, everything goes up.
Yep.
And I do the same. If I have it, if I'm listing, it's getting listed. I like Christmas sells year round, Halloween sells year round, everything sells year round. I don't know why, but I will tell you it does, because I sell Christmas every month of the year. Sorry, Brad and Dalton are wrestling. I can understand the clothing because, you know, it's always going to be cold somewhere if you're offering international shipping. But like the Christmas stuff and stuff, I don't really collect Christmas stuff, so I don't get it. But I do know what I see, and I see that it sells, you know, all the time.
For me, half my store is Halloween. It sells year round. So
Yeah, I've been selling bathing suits. Even this past week, I sold like two last week, going like to Minnesota and up north, and put them up. Shorts and bathing suits still selling right now.
Yeah.
Dead of winter.
Yeah. Ozdoc, yes. Pioneer Woman sells good. I know like some pieces and some patterns will sell for more, which is where you need to research stuff. But if you can get it cheap, I would say get almost any. I see the super chat, but I can't find it. Oh, there it is. $5 Canadian. I think that might be. Oh no, I think Thrift Beast gave me one, but I appreciate the super chat. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us from Canada. Here's your dolphin.
Super chat.
It's not always swimming season in this part of Florida, Richard.
But
it might be down there.
When you need something and it's off season, it's the only place you're going to find is online. So
that's true.
And I mean, people might be booking a vacation for June right now, so they're thinking about what they're going to need then, you know.
Right.
Don brings up a good point, and I wish I could find more. And I don't know if Lisa and Rob are still in the chat, but we went to an estate sale, and this lady had like totes of dog clothes. If I could find used dog clothes, I would buy every single one I could, because those suckers sold fast, and they sold for like 10 to 15 bucks each, and I paid pennies for them. Dog clothes sell good.
On dog clothes, is there like the weight of the dog, or
mine were all for small dogs? I would think typically people are dressing up the little tiny dogs. That's what I would think. I don't know. I haven't tried to sell bigger dog clothing.
Like a Rottweiler's not running around with pajama bottoms on or nothing?
With a little tutu on. I mean, some Rottweilers might like tutus.
120-pound dog. Yeah. I just wonder how sizes go on those. I don't know.
Like mine were all small, so for like Chihuahua size dog.
Chihuahua size, gotcha.
Oh.
Everybody
is noticing at least. His work is not going unnoticed.
Explain your setup.
I'm trying to look good. I'm so ugly, you know. I'm using my Sony A5100, which is got 11% left, so I'll be switching over to my laptop cam. So
enjoy his crystal clearness for now.
Yeah, I wanted to see if I could stream with it. I never did it before, so I looked up online and figured out how to do it.
And you said that's the one you use for like vlogging. That's like has the mirrorless display and everything.
Yeah, flip up screen and all that. Yeah.
Michael says all the dogs need coats in North Dakota. It was -59. So Julian, We will not size discriminate on dog clothing.
There you go.
Pick up the big dog. I haven't found any big dog clothing. Dave, thank you for being in here. Oh, Tommy wants to know what kind of lens.
I don't know, a round one. It's whatever came with it. It's a 3.5 to 5.6. I don't know, just the standard, whatever came with that Sony camera.
Siggy, I do not know what that is, but I will let the guys read that. And I use my cell phone for thousands and thousands of pictures, and it's still going. So, what do you guys think about that?
Don't know.
Not really. If you have a good camera, it's not really going to affect you. I mean, so with any kind of equipment, if you're taking a lot of photos, on film equipment, you're going to get some kind of wear to it, but nothing that's really going to be noticeable. I was an indie filmmaker, and I used the camera that had probably 1,000 hours on it, and it still took a great picture. So, yeah, not anything you would notice.
Tommy is giving us all camera advice.
I'm actually looking up at these cameras right now. I was like, how much do these things cost?
Okay, let me check this out. Yes, Elizabeth has a good point, and I've thought about doing that, but I have not. Like when Walmart and like PetSmart does a lot of clearance, a lot of time, that might be a good retail arbitrage thing with those dog clothes, because it didn't seem like it mattered if they were branded or not. It mattered like what they looked like. So if you could get them for $1 or $2 on clearance at Walmart or at PetSmart, I would pick them up. Oh, wow. Renee's saying all her Salvation Army stores there are closed. I know Hyatt was saying that she was shopping specifically only at Salvation Army. I think it's almost, well, there's one in Gainesville an hour from me, but most of them, I haven't been to them. I haven't been to Salvation Army. Renee is in Jax, Florida, so that's where the Salvation Armies are closed.
My son's in Jacksonville, and he goes. My son's at college in Jacksonville. My son's at college in Jacksonville, and him and his friends go every Wednesday. It's open.
To Salvation Army? Okay.
Yeah. Maybe it's just that one, but.
If I had more dumpsters, you guys would see me in it. We don't have any close, so it's not convenient because I love free stuff, and there just aren't any here. And I've tried looking. I went down South Florida and found some stuff at PetSmart. PetSmart throws out a lot of stuff. I have never seen, and I'll let Steve answer this because I think he's probably the one that goes to the bins most, but I have never seen third party at bins. I have at a lot of the Goodwill stores, but not at the actual bins.
Yeah, I mean, if you mean besides having to rummage through the bins, if they have like, displays set up and everything, not at the bins here. I know the regular Goodwill, they funnel you through a bunch of junk to get to the cash register, but the bins doesn't. I mean, they do pull some things aside in the corner, the nicer things, but there's no displays of any other items. Third-party items.
Now we're gonna talk about how to scope the dumpsters out. Make sure dumpster diving is legal in your area. Step one, people. Step one. It is not legal everywhere.
And have a good lookout.
Have a good look on a fast car.
Listen, my sister-in-law, I could get in a dumpster, but I could not get out. So you will not see me in a dumpster ever. I have 2 dumpster diving videos, one with a friend from work who probably weighs 95 pounds, and the other with my sister-in-law who probably weighs 115. So if you see me, I'm going to be outside because I would never get out of the dumpster ever. I put one comment up because I think this goes back to like what we were talking about before. You need to figure out where. Oh, I'm tin canning. I'll be back, Julian.
Yeah, sorry. Me and Tommy are talking about. Whoa, we're all weird. We're talking about cameras and different vlogging and live streaming. So That's it. So you vlog on the one that you have and that does well, like with the mic and everything.
Me?
Yeah.
You can't put an external mic on this. That's the only or one of the bad things they say.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a way, but you need like an adapter, and then which is like I supposedly I can't remember the price, but it's expensive for like this little tiny module, and only Sony makes it. There's no like third brand, you know. It's crazy. But from what I do, like I had no issues with the microphone.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not at
Good
all.
to know.
I mean,
I'm in the market for a new camera.
Yeah, I mean, look it up. You know, look at some videos and stuff. It's decent. I got it off OfferUp. I think $325 or something like that with the lens.
That's a good deal. Yeah, those things are
it's
not
bad.
those are expensive.
And then you could get like a different. I want to get another lens that has a lower f-stop, so like when you're on, your background is blurred more. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I can.
Whoa!
Yeah, I mean that's clear.
Look at Steve.
I don't know if I want my camera to be that clear. Actually, wait a second.
Steve, I'm gonna make you big, and Kayla wants to know what camera you're using. Look how clear it is, though.
Yeah, and the back is nice and blurred.
Is it a little bit?
Yeah.
See, with the lower f-stop, you could blur it really good in the back.
Okay, here.
Yeah, there you
Just staring at himself.
How you doing?
Everybody, look at
This is getting
Steve.
weird.
Oh, Steve is married, I believe.
Why? Who's asking?
Donella Louise
Yeah,
Kyle.
who's asking?
Look. This is like Steve is getting like all the compliments tonight.
Well, it's about then. I got 2% left. So when I die out, I'll switch over.
I was like, Steve, I heard him get that other camera. This one, what are you using now? It's terrible.
Quit making us look bad. Dave says he's counting the whiskers on your face. She's kidding. Hey, I think number 2 is Joe. She said she's a cat lady. I'm a cat lady too.
It's all right.
It's okay.
I can't, Tommy. I don't have the dummy battery for it.
He doesn't have what he needs yet. Steve, thank you for hanging out with us. Let me give you your dolphin before you go to sleep. Goodbye. Thank you for that. I went robotic there on purpose. I don't know why. Here you go.
Super chat.
See, look, Steve's skin gets us talking about acne treatments to resell.
There you
That's
go.
what happens on this show.
All right, I'll be back in a second.
Okay, Steve.
All right, switch to the other camera. See how the other one looks.
Nice knowing you.
So health and beauty stuff is good. I don't know what Vero ones. I'm sure there are some Veros on that, but always check when you guys find stuff. I look to see like if there's only 1 or 2 people selling it, make sure that the company is not one of those people, or I guarantee you're going to get Vero'd. I found like a glass cleaner like that, like for eyeglasses, and the only person selling it on eBay was the company, and I was like, oh, I'm not even going to try that, like, because Tina, good night. Thank you for hanging out with us. I appreciate it very much.
Good night. He's gonna buy it.
Tommy's gonna buy it because of Steve's
buy it,
beautiful skin.
How could you not? I mean, I might buy one.
That's awesome, Renee. I love finding vintage stuff, like especially like Looney Tunes and and I've only found a couple, but vintage like color block neon Quicksilver. Like that 80s stuff sells very, very, very well. I think I got $50 or $60 from a jacket I got from Goodwill. So, and I saw somebody ask, I don't know, Tommy, if you want to put the link. Tommy and Tracy are live every Tuesday after us if you guys want to go to the after party. But we're not done. It's only 9:12, and we still have 207 people in here. So thank you guys for hanging out with us. I appreciate it. Yes, Kayla is going to pass me. She's not going to just catch me. She's going to pass me. I've been saying that for months, and I'm like, oh, come on. Like, I see it coming, but it's okay.
Closing in quickly.
She is closing in quickly on me, and it's okay. You're not on vacation, Tommy. There's no vacation in YouTube. What are you talking about? Yeah, I have like wait a minute. I have like 500 Porsche filters. If anybody has a Porsche and you happen to be a reseller, I have cabin filters for Porsches.
Really?
Yeah. That's what my filters were. I need to find a
They got to be worth money.
Miriam gave me a phone number, and I didn't call them today, to like a Porsche repair shop to call, and I need to call them. Somebody I saw, what I like is they were listing them by the case, so I could just like leave them in the box they're in and put a label and ship them out.
Also check Hallmark if you have them in your area.
I don't know what model Porsche. Yeah, and I mean some Goodwills will work with you guys on prices, and some won't. You have to know your people. Like my little local thrift store, I can ask for a discount, and 9 times out of 10 they will give it to me. So it pays to know who you're working with if you're going there. And I tell them I'm a reseller. I don't try and hide it. I tell them exactly what I am doing with my stuff. I'm going to look. Is Tommy really on vacation? Somebody tell me.
Something about a guy fixing a tire. I didn't read the caption, but I watched the video of a guy fixing a big, like a tractor tire or something.
But is he live after us?
I don't know. I watched the whole video right before I got in here.
I'm watching. It says.
No, he says
Tommy,
he's off this week.
Tommy, what are you doing? You're not allowed to take a vacation. Star City Picker, these are not Porsche brand, though. They are CarQuest cabin filters for Porsche. I don't know if it would get it, but it might. Tommy will not be on live. Everybody, you have to find somebody else to watch after us or go to bed.
There you go. Get some sleep. So they're CarQuest filters for a Porsche. They're not Porsche branded.
Correct. All of the stuff I bought on the pallets was CarQuest overstock. One was an I got an air filter and the in cabin. Tommy, I have not been on much lately. The shed is like consuming me. Steve, what are we doing?
Am I making a lot of noise?
Is that a microphone?
I'm just trying to see where we're going. I'm like, woo.
I was trying to figure out adjust the camera and the light.
I'm going to assume you mean Benadryl is kicking your butt, Candace, not Beverly. I hope Beverly is not kicking your butt, but I hope you feel better.
Who's Beverly? We need to call somebody about that.
Tommy's having a baby? What am I missing?
Yep.
Is Tommy really having a baby?
Yeah, he said it the other night.
He's carrying it well.
Okay.
I will be careful. Oh, here, Becca wants to know, what do we love to resell?
Everything.
Shit.
Anything that brings in a profit.
Yeah, anything that sells quickly. No, but if I had to like choose, it would definitely be tools, golfing equipment, and fishing equipment. Hands down. If I could get into that market where I just bought that stuff, I would definitely do it. But the real answer, anything I can make $1.
Right.
Okay, let me give Richard his dolphin, and then Michael and Steve can answer, and then I'll answer. Go.
Super chat.
Thank you. Oh, here. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate that. So, Steve, what do you love to resell?
I don't care. Anything. It's all numbers to me. I don't get attached. I will keep some things, but I don't. I mean, it'd be nice to be able to niche down to certain things where you can, limit. Like I only need a padded flat rate and a shoebox, and I could run my whole business with those 2 packaging. And but yeah, I don't. There's things I don't do, but anything. If there's profit, I take it.
Yeah, I just general merchandise. Now I do have a affiliation with horror stuff, so I do like Halloween. Like I said, half my store is Halloween stuff. So if there's anything that I kind of focus on, Halloween. Other than that, anything that I find that's unique that shows that there's a comp to it that's going to bring me a good return on my investment, I'm picking it up. So I sell everything.
All right, I'm going to put this because Steve had a good point. I'm going to put this. I'm going to show it. So, look. Hey, Sally Lang, I'll give you your dolphin in 2 seconds.
Ooh,
I'm going to make myself big. So, look, I can do that. So, I got these journals. So, Steve Pick and Roll made a good point. I'm going to make myself not big again because my camera sucks with my internet. But, like, these, if you saw on Instagram, I got like 200 of these. So, if I can find multi-quantity, and these are pre-boxed. So all I'm doing is slapping a label on it and out it goes. So if you can find stuff that is like ready to go, it's beautiful. Like same thing with the CVS nasal mist. Like that was so like perfect. So multi-quantity, but I would still have to find, like, I love finding stuff, and the multi-quantity, typically you're not finding it. You know what I'm like? It's not interesting, but it's good money coming in all the time. Sally Ling, here's your dolphin.
Super chat.
Yes, Heidi, it's pretty. I'm gonna put in, and I sent out 6 today. That's the link I just dropped in the chat. I'm doing it for my subscribers for $20 free shipping, and I think they were like $55 when they came out. And they come with like all this fun stuff, pins, washi tape, but I sold 3 to my subscribers, and 3 actually sold on eBay and Mercari for $20 plus shipping, or 18 plus shipping. They were like $29 all in. So thank you, Becca. We will answer this. Let me give you your dolphin, then we will answer it. You guys read so you can answer.
All right, I got my
Super chat.
All right, I already got my answer. In the beginning, I would pick up any clothing, like it didn't matter. And even if it had a stain, I'd be like, I can get that stain out. I'm a wizard at this. I don't pick up. If I see the smallest stain now on a piece of clothing, unless it's like obviously super expensive, there's like an outlier thing there. But your regular clothing, my 100% not is picking up anything with a stain. Because 95% of the time, couldn't get the stain out. So... Or shoes that are destroyed. Like I would try to like get shoes and like revive them. No, I don't do that anymore. Absolutely not. That's it.
Non-OEM remotes, anything that is non-branded, vintage electronic, I stay away from it.
That's a good one.
I don't know. I don't know if I have any don'ts. I mean, for like, I don't mess with plushes, but not for any real reason other than like storage space. I think they take up a lot of space for the value.
They do take up a lot of space.
Of course, there's exceptions, but I don't really, I don't know. I can't think of any absolute don'ts.
I would say Avon bottles that are shaped like things. Do not ever pick them up.
They're so cool looking, though. I don't know why they don't sell. Every time I see one, I'm like, that thing is cool.
Because they were mass produced and they're everywhere. I made that mistake. Like you'll see me selling off Avon here and then that I bought 2 years ago. But yeah, you guys hit the thumbs up. We still have 192 in chat. Red Dirt, I don't know. Message me on Instagram and I will tell you what my filters are. My cabin air filters are. Listen, Kayla. You guys tell your opinion on this, and then I will tell mine.
I don't
either. A lot of people say that it'll refresh and you'll get a lot more traffic to it and it'll sell better. I don't bother with it.
I mean, you can do sell similar and yeah.
I don't either, because I'm like moving forward and that's having to go backwards. It can sit there until it sells and somebody eventually will buy whatever it is. Might take a while, but they will buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Sandy, we cannot start over, but you can rewatch it from the beginning for sure. We'll still be here for another like 30 minutes or so. Oh, Becca, that is Michael that was saying he sourced Halloween. She might have some Halloween stuff for you, Michael. So Michael is on Instagram if you want to message him there. Miriam,
Nakoma finds.
I need to like send you some watches and you change the batteries and send them back to me and I will pay you. I have watches that, or I just need to sell them to you. I have like 5 or 6 watches worth over $100 that I just haven't, because like my fingers are too fat to change little watch batteries, and then I drop them and then stuff goes everywhere and it just is a mess.
My little local jewelry store here changes out batteries for $5. So if
Really?
yeah, I just take it there.
Yes. So Heidi is saying, I'm assuming Heidi is talking about like the ending and relisting, and she stopped doing it and she's selling more now. If you're listing new items, you're bumping your stores at like overall activity, and I think that would be more worth time. Michael's Instagram is Nakoma Finds. If I quit clicking on comments, you would see our name. So Renee's saying she found out from eBay the other day. I will tell you, I asked eBay about this because I saw another YouTuber talk about it, and eBay told me there was no such thing. So I think it depends on who you talk to at eBay, because I asked about that.
I don't know about that.
I never heard of that.
What is Richard saying? What is going on? I feel like I'm missing stuff. Yes, do not. There's some Avon that is still worth money. I know. I don't know if Tim's still here. Like the ruby red, the Cape Cod ruby red, that glass still sells and still sells for good money, but I have not found a single perfume bottle shaped like a car.
Jaguar is cool.
That's worth any money, and those suckers are heavy. They're like 2 and 3 pounds, so people got to pay like all this stuff. So Hyatt brings out a good point. Hyatt says, I'll overprice the stuff I'm attached to and then sell for a higher dollar. I get mad at low comps. So here's the thing, and I get asked all the time, how do you sell stuff for that much? I will tell you, perceived value is a true thing. If you take really good pictures, and I don't even do descriptions, so I can't even say it's description, but I'm the same way. Like, if I like this piece of pottery and I think it's worth $50, then I say it's worth $50, and that's what I'm pricing it at. And I get it. You guys see on my what sold, and I'm the same way, because I'm like, nope. If I like this, then somebody should like it too. And you know that. But if I think you better have the pictures to back that up, you know, because if your pictures are 10 times better than somebody else's, you can get more money because you're presenting your product better than they are. And if it's you definitely can get it because you're the only one with it and you're going to set the price for it.
There you go. Tommy just said about the refresh thing.
They can delete and relist all items with the push of a button. If your traffic is dead and they can't figure out why, they will do it. So I guess, Tommy, would I need them to ask them to do it? Because I spoke with them and they told me there was no such thing. It was back when I had like really low sales, and they told me they had never heard of it.
Do you trust them to do that?
Don't delete the list. Don't.
By the way, all your stuff is gone.
Yeah.
It's basically what they do when you get a Vero, where they delist your entire account and then put it back.
Yeah, but what if they forget something? No.
Yeah, or half of them.
I don't trust them to do it properly. I'm just saying that's what they're doing.
Elizabeth, I would buy Cape Cod if it was low. My last auction haul you guys just saw me get, I bought a whole big lot of Cape Cod glass, so I would say buy it. Becca wants to know, do we sell from home full time or have storefronts?
Home.
I have a store. So I'm in a warehouse building. I have a studio and then a couple other offices off to the side and then a storage area.
home.
Mine's all from home, but I just bought my shed to make me an office. Yeah, Mama. Do you guys do retail arbitrage or strictly thrifting? I thought buying and reselling clothes like off season when items are cheap.
Yes.
I do strictly like thrifting, auctions, Facebook Marketplace, stuff like that. I don't do a lot of retail arbitrage. I tried once and it didn't work out and I gave up, to be honest.
That's not cheap.
I retail arbitrage all the time, especially Walmart clearance, the flip stuff. Right after the back to school, they had all those zipper binders for $1 a piece. They sold for $19 really fast. Yeah, it's just anytime. Right now, it's going to be the Target clearance that goes. All their seasonal stuff is going to go 90% off here in the next couple of days, and so that's another one to pick up. I usually get kids' clothing during that time frame, so yeah, definitely.
Yeah, not me. I
know
the Blue Moon.
Yeah,
Like the Ross or Marshalls if I'm there, and I'll grab a piece or two, but not big time.
I know Richard is in the chat. You guys, Otnip drop flips. Richard, put your own channel. Richard does a lot of retail arbitrage. He's in a small town, and he gets a lot of like garden items and like pest control. And I have bought like the shirts. I know Kevin Commonwealth Picker does that too. Like I'm outside of Gainesville and I work in Gainesville. So a lot of times I'll have Florida Gator shirts on clearance for $2 down from like 15 and 20. And I will buy them. And I typically sell out of them pretty fast, pretty close to retail actually. So I would say that, Teresa wants to know, what about staging items like boutique pictures? Do you think that takes away from the item?
So
I don't do it because the stuff I sell wouldn't make any sense to do that. But I've seen other people, and I think I follow someone on Instagram that does it, and it looks pretty good. I mean, it all depends on the amount of time that takes to do that. If you're trying to get like 20 listings or 50 listings done a day, how long is it going to take you to set everything up, take everything down? You know what I'm saying? So I don't do it.
So I stage my plushies. I have a futon in the office that has these little like love pillows onto it, and I put it next to it, and it's all consistent. Every one that I post has the same look to it. But other than that, nothing else do I stage.
Nope.
And I do not. And I think personally that slows you down. I am all about like go when I'm listing. I like he's saying he stages the plush. If my plush won't fit where I could take a picture, I've taken him in my office chair I'm sitting in. I guess that's kind of, I don't know that it necessarily takes away from the item, but I think you're taking away from your time that you could be listing more items and making more money. That's just my opinion. I think like Etsy and Poshmark, that crowd, if that's where you're selling, like stuff like that. But for eBay, I don't think it would really make too much of a difference. Becky wants to know, how long has everybody been reselling? And to answer the question for me, no, I do not do descriptions at all unless the item has a flaw and I note it. Other than that, I do no description at all. I do not measure clothes. I do not do anything.
I don't really do descriptions either, and unless it does have a flaw. And then I've been reselling like full time now for a year and some change, and not so much like before that. So kind of new, really new. I'd be a rookie.
I've been doing it as a hobby since '97. I became serious about making it into a business 2 years ago, doing it part time, and then I went full time in September.
I've been full time probably 3 years now, and then I did part time about 6 or 7 before that.
And I have sold off and on since '99 on eBay, but this time only 2 years. And I know somebody commented on one of my videos. I will say, like, I did absolutely no reselling for over 10 years of that. So, like, what I have now has all been built up over about 2.5 years. Holly gave Dalton a super chat.
Oh, I thought I'd get to $1.99.
He's doing my lipstick. If you guys didn't notice, he's been like putting lipstick on me. He's my makeup guy. He's putting it on himself right now. Let me give you your dolphin.
Super chat.
Can you say thank you? No. Okay. At least you tell me no, you won't say thank you. Listen, and I shouldn't say it as much. I always say he's the little boss. And the other night, this lovely little 2.5-year-old, I told him he couldn't sit up here with me because I was listing things. And he told me, up now, I'm boss. Yeah, we're definitely 2 years old for sure. He says, we are too. Julian Yakov has a question for you.
Yes, I am. Like a week ago. Thank you, everybody. If you did subscribe and watch my stuff, that all worked out very well. Thank you.
Yay for Julian being my guy.
Hey.
No, we can't do the fish. You gotta have the super chat to do the fish. Just wait. I'll let you watch the fish on my phone. He loves the dolphin. Yeah, I think over describing, I think again, platform wise, Etsy, I feel like those people expect a very large description. And I think that's why I don't do well on Etsy, because I will put like the height of something if it needs to be. Of course, I'm going to put the size. Like when I was doing jewelry, I would put, the length of the necklace or the pendant. But other than that, unless something was wrong with it, I'm not making a description at all. Tommy, Kayla has some words there for you, my friend. Yes, boss baby. That is exactly what he is. He is definitely. He's trying to peel the stuff off a little bit now. Yes, we are happy for Julian, Carol. For sure. It's nice to finally be getting paid when you do work for a long time for free. Hey, Sal. Definitely is fun.
Thank you.
Definitely appreciate everybody watching, Julian. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us. We're still hanging at 200 people in chat, so thank you guys for spending this couple of hours with us. We appreciate it. See, there we go. Right there. That's what it's all about. If you want to list more items, you can't take forever listing, which means I don't over research either, especially if it's a $20 item or about that. I'm not gonna, like, if I can't find the exact item, I'm gonna price it where I think it should be and I'm gonna move on.
Don, what are you doing?
Hey, I went this guy Lawrence. He said he goes to the Fort Lauderdale bins. How often do you go there? Are you around here? You haven't been there when I was there, have you? Put it in
I'm
the
trying
chat.
to find it. Where is it? What's the screen? Oh, here we go. I see it. Yeah. Goes to daddy.
Let me know when you go there.
Oh, Dalton.
Because visually, I know everybody that's there. I analyze everybody. I analyze everybody in that place.
Yeah.
He's like, I know who those people are.
I do.
Where
Hey, I watch them.
is Fort Lauderdale is your bin, Steve?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
I like the question above that.
Okay. Richard has a very good point here. And if you're the only person with that, and that's where, like, I use WorthPoint and I do pay the $24 a month because I find enough one-off items. It is worth it for me to see that 10-year history, especially with like glass and fragile items. But if you're the only one with it, then price it high and take offers, and you can kind of get an idea where the market is at. Sorry, guys. How do you handle rude customers and unreasonable requests?
I kill them with kindness, and usually don't do anything that they ask.
I give them some New York attitude and
Give them a lot of attitude, then block them immediately.
I type a response and then I delete it and I type a proper response.
For a sell, then I just ignore them and block them as a buyer. I don't have time to deal with that. If it's after a sell, then I'm just as nice as I can be with them, try to understand what problems they might be having. And usually if it's a low dollar item, I will just refund it.
I have a problem with this, and anybody who knows me knows that, because I don't take people being rude and disrespectful very well. And I tend to give it right back, and I'm not like Steve, I don't delete it, I send it. So, and like Julian, I told, and I think it was Kayla I was talking about, and like these people were being so horrible to me, and they're like, well, ask, and they left me a negative feedback in a positive. They trash talked me in a positive feedback because they knew I probably couldn't get it removed. And after the conversation I had with them, though, Kayla's like, well, go ask them, it's against eBay rules. And I'm like, no, because then eBay's going to read my conversation with them, and they're not.
Sometimes you just got to eat it. Somebody be like, you know what? It's good to go.
All right. Julian, run this.
Yeah, somebody just asked, but I know some of you do moving and real estate auctions. How do you find them in your area? I use actually it's not really for real estate auctions. It would be more for yard sales, yard sale treasure maps. That's the thing I use mostly to find yard sales. But real estate auctions, I really don't. I think they just are still under that. Do you guys go to a lot of real estate auctions or anything? No. You should.
What was the question, Julian? I couldn't find it.
How do you find your real estate auctions in your area?
Like for houses?
No, for stuff like estate auctions.
Estate sales?
Yeah.
So I use HiBid. I started using AuctionZip. And you can just Google for estate auctions. Drifter Thrifters, I am not going to bring totes or blankets. I'm going to keep throwing it in my trunk. You're going to have to fast forward past me. What do I want to say? Transporting breakables, because unless the auction packs them for me, I'm not going to pack them, because all I'm going to do is unpack them when I get home to photograph them. So if I can sit them safely in my trunk, then why would I wrap them all up just to unwrap them all when I get home and waste more time? I'm all about saving time, guys. I do so much. I got to save as much time. Yes, rude people do suck, and this person was being very, very disrespectful to me, telling me I was a fraud. Julian, take this.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, and I was reading somebody else's comment down here about them eBay not removing something, and I did the same thing. I did everything I felt was correct, and they wouldn't remove a negative feedback, and I just ate it. I was like, you know what? Because one negative I don't think is too terribly. Maybe it is horrible. I don't know. I have like 99.9% positive feedback, so I thought, I'm a human, you know? Sometimes you earn your negative feedback, and I didn't earn that one, but I should have talked to them like I earned it. But so... If I knew they were going to leave one, I would have had a little piece of my mind. So I was being very diplomatic in the beginning. So somebody also asked, when do you use FedEx? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I don't do a surcharge to Alaska, Hawaii, and Puerto Rico.
No.
I don't do any.
I'm closer to Puerto Rico than most of the United States.
Yeah, that's true.
Down here in Miami.
Yeah, just fly it out.
And I'm in South Texas. I do everything United States Postal Service, like priority mail. I don't use FedEx.
You're in Miami?
Fort Lauderdale.
Damn, man.
Same
I
thing.
went
20 miles.
to Miami one time, and it's like, I live in Myrtle Beach, so it's like a small, and I went to Miami. I was like, this is like Myrtle Beach on steroids. I went to South Beach, and I was like, I'm never coming back here.
Yeah, it's a different world.
different
Did
world.
you already go over this question, Julian?
No.
I will say you can try to fight it, but I'm going to say, and we'll see what everybody else says. In my experience, you're just out of luck.
Yeah. I mean, becomes word against word.
Mm-hmm.
And eBay typically sides with the buyer. So
Yeah. So unfortunately, you probably have no recourse on that. And it sucks. And fortunately, it does not happen very often. And when it does, it's like I get like mad, but it's not going to change the bottom line. And that's kind of like my negative positive feedback the other day. Brad's like, just stop answering them. He's telling me like, quit going back and forth, because they told me I was a fraud and I was horrible. And if you want to go look at the negative positive is on my eBay store if you would like to look. Basically, I sold a planter that had a crack, a like vintage antique McCoy planter that was still perfect for a planter, and I had it in the title, in the description, and in the photos up close the crack, and they said that I did not disclose it and I didn't put that they could not cook food in it. So a planter. So, yeah, Richard's saying estate auctions, you can find your local paper. I don't even know that we still have one here. Probably online. I haven't looked. Like, there's a Ocala for sale, and an Ocala for sale and Gainesville for sale in my area. I have the opposite of that. You guys do not know. Like, I don't tolerate very much. And I told Kayla this morning, and I told the guys before, I probably have a negative feedback coming from a $7 doll purchase. And she purchased the doll Saturday afternoon. So the next business day was today. So she wrote me and said, when exactly do you plan on shipping my item? Okay, well, I exactly plan on shipping it today, which is the first business day since you purchased it, since the post office is closed on Sunday, and yesterday was a federal holiday. And here is my passive aggressive, excuse me, and I looked, her sending that made me think, and I looked at the feedback she had left for others. She is new, and over half the feedback she left was negatives for sellers for shipping time. So, yeah.
That's going to be a
People
negative.
are used to the Amazon 2-day, and I'm impressed with Amazon. Like, FedEx and UPS will show up at my house on Sunday with bubble wrap. I'm like, okay. I don't have but people are used to Amazon. You can message Hyatt. You can message eBay for Business on Facebook. I will tell you guys, I have had 3 negatives removed in the last 3 months that eBay sided with me. But know that eBay is going to look at your conversation with that buyer. Like that one, I'm not even asking eBay to step in. eBay has and I think Tommy, they said something about his negative feedback and a positive comment. eBay reads it, and they I don't even remember how they put it, but they told me something about my customer service before. But sometimes it is what it is. And Tommy has a good point. Were you rolling over people, Steve? What?
Yeah. I crushed some lady.
Get out of my way.
Hey, that's what they get.
Move.
That's what they get.
mean, people at the bins are ruthless, though. It's like a fight.
I'll tell you, my bins, now, this is going to seem controversial. I am not racist. I don't want to go that route, but it's filled with a lot of Haitian women. Okay. When I'm in there in the first thing in the morning, if there's 25 people in there, literally 20 of them are Haitian women. They are a different, so bad. It sounds bad, but it's not. They act differently. They're very aggressive. They're rude. They don't care. I've seen them push people. get into fights. They will grab stuff out of your hands. It's like a whole nother level of people. I've learned how to work my way around that now. But when I first went, I used to lose my mind. And when they blow the whistle, they bum rush the carts. They get yelled at. They get thrown out. They don't follow the rules. And we were all staying back the other day, and they make you stay out of the aisles where they bring them out now because they get so crazy. They start picking before they bring the carts out. And they blow the whistle, and everybody goes. So I started going, and they don't care. The lady ran and basically kind of tried to cut me off as I was going straight. And I literally speed bumped it over her foot. And I just stopped. And she went, ooh. And I looked down, and I was literally sitting directly on her foot, just sitting there. And I just backed up, and I was like, well, why are you running? Whatever. And she was all rude, and that was it. But it gets crazy. Yeah, it gets crazy in there. Beyond, I see people picking at the bins where it's calm. And
people are handing people certain things to sell. You're like, sell that. That's a good shirt.
Yeah,
that doesn't happen in your bins. No.
They snatch out of your hands. You'll be looking in front of you, and if they're next to you, they throw their pile on where you're looking so they can look
That'd be rough. It's
it's horrible. It's horrible.
I've had people threaten to call the police on me as well on eBay. And go ahead, please. And I will tell you though, I told Julian, I don't know if I told you guys, my PayPal account was hacked to the tune of almost $500, $470. And I actually called because I had the guy's address, because guess where he got his stuff shipped to? His house on my $500 dime. And their local police department, I think it was in New Jersey, they told me that I had to call my police department and file a police report, and then my police department would contact his police department. But yeah, I didn't end up doing it, and I did get my money back, but
it's supposed to be wherever the transaction has occurred. If they can pinpoint it, it's the jurisdiction of the transaction. If your card's stolen in your jurisdiction, then it would be.
But it was PayPal, so what would it be? My jurisdiction?
Where was the card? Where was it actually used? Could they pinpoint it?
It wasn't a card. They got my balance. They got my PayPal account.
Yeah, it'd probably be yours. And if they can't tell you exactly where it was used, then it's going to be yours. That was correct information. That online stuff is hard.
The bins in Orlando sound like they're like the bins where Steve's at, and I was kind of taken aback. I went to the one in Orlando when I went to pick something up. I went off shop Goodwill, and same thing, the bum rushing, not skipping lines, and they talked to everybody like they were in kindergarten. Get in line, get behind the line. And I'm just standing there with my buggy, because I don't know what's going on. It was my first time there. I didn't know the bring new bins in, you have to go back until they come out. And the guy actually, he was almost putting a target on my back. He called me. He's like, you come on, go, in front of all of these people who I guarantee you are there 10 hours a day or how many ever hours they're open. I'm like, okay, he just puts me in front of all of them. And I mean, I didn't even know what was going on. So the bins, and I saw somebody say that a lot of them are sending it overseas. Why do you think it's so cutthroat at the bins? Because it is at most of them, I feel like.
I mean, here it's because where they come from a rough country.
Yeah.
Very, very, low economy. There's nothing. Haiti is very, poor as could be. So they fight for every little thing they can get,
Literally.
But that's being aggressive is one thing. Being rude is another.
Yeah, and that's where the whole eBay thing, just the respect and lack of it, people coming at me, I don't like, whether it's in person or on eBay, I'm like, no. So I don't have the customer face. I don't delete it. I just let it go. So I don't remember who said I had the patience. I really do not. Really do not.
At our bins, they give everybody a number when the new bins are coming out. So as you're coming in, they hand out a number. And so they call your group by number to go hit the new bins. So it's not really as cutthroat as what y'all experience on your end. Still a lot of people, but yeah, you just get there early enough to get your number.
Steve, wasn't it like for a while it was better because they weren't letting as many people in? Is that like totally gone away now? Is it back to normal?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, when they first reopened, they were limited to like 18 people. So it was nice. I go first thing when they open. And what they would do every hour, they would throw everybody out, reform a line, and let 18 more in. And that was just basically just to be fair. So if someone showed up, if they opened at 8 and someone showed up at 8:30, they weren't allowed in until 9, but they would be online before everybody that came back out. So it give everybody a fair chance. But now they don't. They make us cash out, but I leave. But everybody cashes out, which is, I don't understand the theory in it. They call, all right, everybody pay. So everybody gets in line, pays, goes, puts everything in the car, and just walks right back inside.
Would now, like, it's supposed to be here in South Carolina. I've never been to one in South Carolina, but you're supposed to only have like one person per bin. I'm guessing that's not the rule in Florida. It's like when I went to North Carolina, it was like elbow to elbow, like everybody had their little spot.
No, I mean, yeah, it's even when they first reopened, they don't
care.
Have people like climbing over you. And I'm like,
yeah,
oh,
I don't know. I don't.
Crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if I could. The one I went to was pretty calm, but I actually didn't get involved in. Like, I walked in and got a whole bunch of good golf clubs, and I was with my girlfriend. I was like, I'm done. I was like, I got what I want. We're on vacation. It's leaving. She was like, no, I'm gonna go digging. So she got in the mix, and I was like, I'm not getting in the mix of that. Yeah. Somebody bumped me the wrong way. That'd be it. I'm out of here.
That's how I am. I mind my business and I'm quiet. But they're throwing clothes where you're looking, and I'll just throw them right back. I'm like, stop throwing stuff on me. And they don't say nothing. They'll walk away. So if you give them attitude back, then they like, well, But that's why I leave. Yeah, I get there at 8 when they open, and then I'm out of there by like 10 the latest before it starts as it gets crowded. Yeah. So I've learned how to, manage it.
Crystal wants to know how many items did we start with on eBay?
Everybody start with one, right?
One.
Yeah.
I think, obviously, we all start with nothing. I'm thinking she's meaning like how much did we buy like when we started selling on eBay. I just have consistently built mine up over 2.5 years, and I have right at 2,500 items. I think if you're trying to build it up, the best way is like if you sell 3 that day, list 3 plus 5, or however big you want to get your store to, list that amount plus what you sell. Because if you list 5 and sell 5, you're not growing. You're still staying at that same level.
Yeah. Very true.
So I started with the challenge, the eBay challenge, and I started with $100 worth of product, which is stuff I already had at the house. And of course, when you start your new store or eBay account, they let you list 5 things and then go from there. So I took no money out of pocket. I started with things I already had, which was a value up to $100, and then just flipped that money to where I am now today.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you start, they limit you. So it's not even like you could just go thrifting for a week and build up 100 items and say, all right, let me just list them all. I remember back when I first started, it was different. It was like 8-9 years ago, whatever, 10 years. I think I had like a limit of 10, so and then you're going to stay with that for a month, and then they'll bump you up unless you ask for a bump. But if you got to get some sales and some good feedback, and then, growing, once you have like a limit where the limit doesn't affect what you're doing, it's tough to grow inventory to a substantial amount. It takes time because like I said, if you're listing and selling at the same time, it becomes like a spinning wheel, and you're just like really, you're not going anywhere. It's tough. Best thing to do for that, when I did it at one point, the shutdown made me get a good jump, And then I was able to, I went all the way down, it killed my inventory. And as soon as they opened up, I sourced a lot, but it takes time. It takes time. The best thing to do is if, you could take a week and don't list anything and just source for a week and then list like crazy if you want to grow quicker once your limits expand.
Yeah, and you have to, like Steve was saying, you have to show them you're selling. So I think when you're first starting, it's very important to get stuff that's going to sell faster, that has a good sell-through rate. So look at how many are listed, how many have sold, and I would say try and find ones with at least the same amount sold as listed. Because if you take up your allowance of how many ever items it is with items that are slower selling, it's going to take you that much longer to build up kind of your reputation with eBay for them to allow you to list more items. So you need to be a little pickier in the beginning. And some people stay picky, and that's fine. I know a lot of people that, that have amazing sell-through rates. I'm happy at 40%. Because I buy the estate lots, and some of that stuff isn't going to sell as fast, but it sells for good money. So I have storage space for that stuff to hang out and sell. So if you're storage limited, you've got to look at that as well as how many items. And if you want to be moving them, might not necessarily be as important to grow your store faster as to sell more items. Because if you find all really fast selling stuff, you're going to turn it over like crazy.
Right. And don't try to grow too fast. Make sure at the beginning you're doing everything properly. Because if, your first few handful of sales and you screw up, because you're trying to grow fast and do this and that, and you screw up and you ship late or do something, it's not a good look, and that's going to hurt you. So focus on the proper things first at the beginning. And,
Do you think that's why they limit you for like so much? Because they know, like, if you start, because I actually hated it. I was like, why am I limited? Then after I got like 10 sales in a day, I was like, this is actually harder than it looks. I got stuff everywhere. I'm like, where does this thing go? So I was like, okay, eBay, I'll give you that one. I do appreciate it because I was trying to grow so fast and stuff. So I was like, this is stupid to have. I think it was like remotes. I could do like 2 VCRs, but I couldn't like list a remote for sale. And I was like, I don't understand this. But I was like, it's all right, because after I had some sales roll in, I was like, I am not prepared for this quite yet.
Yeah, they're trying to teach you. They're trying to teach you what the method is. So.
Yeah, because like
probably avoid scammers too, because they, other than the item number, they also got that dollar limit.
Yep.
So it's gonna help. If I'm a scammer and I got these 50 bootleg things, I'm gonna pop them all on eBay today with my brand new account. Some suckers are gonna buy them, and I'm gonna disappear and go do another account, do the same thing. It prevents that.
Very true.
Teresa, there's a custom SKU. Let me see if I can. And I do this a lot on my members only. Let's see if I'll do this for you guys real quick. On your phone, it's at the bottom. Let me show you guys. I'm going to make this big real quick so you won't see us. So sorry, Dalton is not cooperating with me right now. If you go on a listing, like you can customize this top. Like you can see mine says custom label. So all of this stuff is stuff I just listed that I haven't brought out yet. So it's actually still all in the house. But like here it says at shed, because that's one of my pallet items. And then if you get further down, you see like AA4, BB14. All my shelves are labeled. And like it might even say like desk here. Like if I like something and I keep it on my desk, I'll put desk in this custom label. And on your phone, I'm trying to, hold on, take it away. On your phone, mine, I know it's different for iPhone and Android. On an Android, the custom SKU is the bottom row of the item specifics, where you can put it in there so you know where it's at. But if you're new, you could put like, say it's in your bathroom drawer, you could put whatever you want in that custom label and your customer doesn't see it. But that helps you organize it. I don't know. Do you guys do anything differently?
No. So I've got the shelves for my breakables, and I just label it as shelves because I know where it is on those. And then I have the big tubs that you get from Home Depot for anything that's non-breakable, and those are labeled A1, A2, B1, B2, and I just put that in the custom SKU.
Yep. I do basically the same thing. I just use shelves instead of bins.
Yeah, I don't do it. I just go by memory.
That's impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I have almost 500 listings,
Yeah.
but I kind of know, like, one bin is all men's jeans, one bin's all ladies' jeans, one
Sure.
bin is all women's sneakers, shoes. So I do it that way, and I kind of once in a while I got to go searching for something, but the nicer jackets and shirts I have hanging in a certain closet, breakables in a certain plus spot.
Yeah, I know Johnny, and I haven't seen Johnny in my chats in a while. Cajun Roots Reseller, his inventory is impressive. He's OCD, and his inventory is like a Walmart store. So, like, all of his books are in the same section. They're like alphabetized, all of his DVDs. And then there's like home goods section, kids section, game section. So, I mean, if you could do that, but for me, I never know what I'm going to get a lot of. So mine
Right.
kind of groups together with whatever I buy at that time. Like Steve's saying, he's doing a lot of clothes, so he could do that, put all the women's jeans. But I might have glass and plush, and like I basically just find whatever shelf it'll fit on, and then I put that in the custom SKU. I will say though, Poshmark now has added custom label. Poshmark has the same thing now. So when I use List Perfectly to cross post to Poshmark, my custom label copies over to Poshmark, which is kind of cool. Like if I was just pulling from Poshmark.
Yeah. Or if you're building it in Poshmark, it's right at the very bottom where you hit additional details, and it's the first line for the customs.
So Ziggy's saying she does it in the notes, or he, I don't know. And I've seen some people do it in the title. I just think it looks better in your, like, I don't want to use my title for characters for my inventory. I want to use that for search terms. So the custom SKU is nice because you see it, but your customers do not see it, which is nice.
A lot of people that do like golf clubs or tools, they'll have it actually in the last picture. They'll have like a picture of the thing and then their custom SKU, I guess. And I was like, that's actually not too bad. Yeah, because I tag all my tools anyway. And so I was like, I could just tag it and then put it somewhere. And then, so everybody has their own system. Seems to work.
Yeah, Anita's saying her memory's bad. So like with me, when I had like 200 items, I just remembered where I put stuff. Now I'm in trouble because I have 2,500. So if that item took 2 years to sell, I'm like, crap, where'd I put it? Because is Dave from the USA here?
Yes, he is.
Dave from the USA, welcome to my show 5 minutes after it should end. It's okay. I talk to Dave all the time. He's excused. Kayla's been hanging out. Look at you, Kayla. Kayla gets a gold star today.
Oh.
Hanging out in the chat. Richard always gets a gold star. We're at 2 hours and 5 minutes. We still have 200 people in the chat, but I have to be up at 5 in the morning. So we're going to end this. I'm going to let everybody give themselves an exit. If you guys are not subscribed to these guys, let me pull this off here so you can see their names. And I do have their channel links in the description below. So definitely subscribe to these guys. And we'll let Michael go first.
All right. Well, great talking to you guys. My YouTube channel is nakomafinds.live. My eBay is nakomafinds.com. But yeah, check me out.
Okay, Steve, go without your good camera.
I put out a video every Wednesday and Sunday, and I'm also on Instagram. I put some pictures of interesting items I put on there. So, you can go check it out. If you like it, hit that subscribe and watch the videos. Appreciate everybody coming by.
Yeah, thank you all. Julian, go.
I just want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Thank our two guests. Thank you, Kat, for letting me be on here as your co-host. And I would want to thank everybody for watching my videos, for getting me those 4,000 watch hours. So I do appreciate it.
There you go.
Yay for getting paid.
Yeah.
Thank you, Steve and Michael, for joining us. Julian, as usual. Next week, we will have Heidi and Harry, so that should be a really entertaining show. I don't know if they are still in here. Let me get this dolphin. Let me get the dolphin, and we will take out with the dolphin.
Super chat.
No Tommy and Tracy tonight, guys. Don't forget. Teresa, thank you so much. And we will see you guys next Tuesday at 8 p.m.